everyone, welcome back, and today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on a possible Danse Macabre Deluxe album. Now, there have been rumours about there being a deluxe Danse Macabre since the regular Danse Macabre came out, and now it appears that it is actually happening. Again, this is still kind of a rumour because I say a rumour because it's not been officially announced, but people have been finding like deluxe editions of Danse Macabre on websites that are going to be pre-order but aren't available for pre-order yet, apparently. Now, usually when I hear that there are rumours about an album being released or just anything like that generally, I kind of, I take it with a pinch of salt because I think until there is something official announced, we shouldn't be speculating. So, we shouldn't be like, oh, it's going to be like this, there's going to be this many copies, and, it's going to be out here and there. And I especially think this when it comes to releases that have never actually been there's no signs of them happening at all. So when people started discussing there being a deluxe edition of Danse Macabre, I sort of just, took it with a pinch of salt. I was like, it's very likely that there will be, but, I don't want to just, buy into it because of what people are saying. But there have been pictures circulating about a CD and a deluxe vinyl box set. I mean, honestly, I am looking forward to there being a deluxe, if there definitely is, which I think it is very likely, because I am sure when this album came out originally, they talked about another, a deluxe edition with 3 extra tracks coming. And so I do believe that there probably will be a deluxe edition, and, like I said, it's very likely people have found pictures of it, but until there is something official announced by the band on their pages and stuff online, I just think it's better to wait and see, because people have been posting what the track list might be and what the track list for the deluxe box set. So the deluxe vinyl box set is rumoured to have 7 bonus tracks on it, and the CD is going to only have 3, I believe. People have been leaking what the track list is apparently going to be, and once again I take it with a pinch of salt because until it is officially announced, I don't want to just be getting my hopes up and be getting excited about the tracks on there. I just don't want to jump to conclusions. However, from the track list that I have seen going about, it doesn't look like there is Shadows on Your Side on there, and I was a little bit disappointed about that because I remember watching the Halloween show from 2022 and they performed Shadows on Your Side there, and I thought that they would actually put that on Danse Macabre, and they didn't. So I thought, oh, that's okay. It will probably be on the deluxe. But now it looks likely that it might not be on the deluxe edition either. Now, speaking about one of the speculations, one of the big ones is the date. And I do think this seems more likely to actually be true now. People are speculating that the deluxe vinyl box set will be a record store day release. I can believe that, to be honest, because it makes sense. I know Duran Duran have released 2 previous vinyl box sets, one for All You Need Is Now and one for Paper Gods. I'm not sure if they were both for record store day, I didn't look into that, but I think it would make sense with them bringing out the vinyl box set on record store day. Now, the only thing that concerns me about it is a few record store days ago, I'm not sure if it was, I can't remember which one it was, but there was a record store day where they brought out Astronaut, All You Need Is Now, and Red Carpet Massacre on coloured editions of vinyl. However, they were only available in the United States. It was a little bit annoying for people worldwide. I don't know if that's, like something that does happen on Record Store Day, but I don't know if we really got anything for Record Store Day when they brought out those editions. I'm not sure. So my main concern is that this box set will not be available worldwide. People are speculating that there will be only 250 copies. I'm not quite sure where that came from. I don't know if it's because the price is apparently going to be $250. I don't know how much in other currencies because somebody just found it on an American site. I don't know about the amount of copies and where people got 250 from, because 250 copies to me seems very minimal. And I know it is a deluxe limited edition box set that is likely to be coming out, but I just don't think 250 copies is enough. People are gonna probably fight over them like, Furbies at Christmas, especially if they do actually make it a worldwide release and they only limit it to 250 copies. Literally next to nobody would get one. It would be a miracle if you got one, thinking of it that way. I'm not sure how many copies usually come out on Record Store Day. The Record Store Day vinyl that I own, usually they're all limited to around 1,000 to 2,000 copies, which is still pretty, small, but it's more to go around and, people are more likely to get a copy. And I know that, the box set is likely to be quite expensive on the pricier side, and so not everyone's going to be able to afford it, and, maybe that's why they wouldn't want to make so many copies. But being truthful, if it is America only, or even if it's not, Americans will probably snap it up really quickly. Regarding the previous box sets that I spoke about, All You Need Is Now and Paper Gods, as I said, I don't know if they were Record Store Day releases or not, and I don't know how many copies they were of them, and I also don't know if they were available worldwide or not. To be honest, going a little bit off topic now, but I would have actually really liked to have had the Paper Gods box set, but it is very expensive now. It is very, very expensive, and unless I win the lottery, I don't think I'm getting that anytime soon. So if this supposed Danse Macabre Deluxe limited edition box set does happen to be available worldwide, I really hope that I can get one. Especially if they actually do end up being limited to just a few hundred copies. I do actually really like Danse Macabre. I feel like it was an album that people either liked or they didn't like. I feel like it was also an album that people judged before they even knew it, I remember the build up to the release on Twitter, and people were just ripping the album down before it had even come out, and they were being really harsh to it, saying we don't want another thank you. This song sounds terrible, when they'd only heard a 30-second snippet of it. And while in some cases I do think that you can judge a song in 30 seconds, a lot of those people were then hearing the full song when it came out and were turning their opinions around and were like, oh, this is actually not that bad. Well, now you just look stupid for judging it within 30 seconds of hearing it and not knowing the rest. And, people are also quick to judge the album. We don't want another covers album. We want original songs. Things like that. And then guess what? The album came out and people were loving it. I beg your pardon? That was a quick switch up. Now, I do think Danse Macabre It's just meant to be a bit of a fun album. It's not supposed to be serious. And maybe it is in some places, but I think mostly the overall vibe of it is just, a bit of Halloween fun, a bit of spooky fun. I love it for that reason. I have always loved Halloween since I was a kid. And, now being a Duran Duran fan and they have their own sort of Halloween album, it's great. It's like two of my favourite things together. Which, this is kind of on the same subject, but a little bit off subject. But, as I said, I love Halloween and I love Duran Duran. And they're doing another Halloween show. And I'm very disappointed that I won't be going to it. Definitely can't get to New York. And certainly cannot afford Madison Square Garden tickets. But yeah, I would have loved to have been able to see the Halloween show. Dressing up, going singing all my favourite songs. Some deep hits, some covers. I think it would be a great night. It's quite sad that it is, once again, in the US of A. I'm not bitching about anybody before anybody complains. But yeah, I just think it would have been nice if we had a spooky show over here. And, it wouldn't even necessarily have to be on Halloween. Because I know that Halloween is a bigger deal in America. And it's a really big thing there. But I feel like a little bit of a spooky show in October in the UK would have been pretty cool. As I said, it doesn't have to be on Halloween because Halloween is a big thing in America, but I just think it would have been nice to have a spooky show in the UK as well. Could have been the Secret October spooky show. Going back to the deluxe editions of Danse Macabre, by the looks of things, what people are speculating and sort of leaking online about the deluxe albums, the CD I think is going to be red. So this packaging, I think it will be red, if the pictures are correct that people have found. So it seems there will be, something that will help you differentiate between the normal edition and then the deluxe edition of the CD. Now, regarding a vinyl edition of Deluxe Danse Macabre, as far as I'm aware from what people have been speculating and talking about online, it seems that the only deluxe edition of a vinyl for Danse Macabre at the moment appears to just be the box set. But I feel like there's the possibility that, if they don't bring a vinyl out with the CD, they probably further down the line might make one like the Future Past deluxe vinyl. So from what I've seen, people are just talking about the vinyl box set and the CD, not just a regular vinyl, which does make me wonder if there will be a deluxe edition on vinyl that isn't the box set. Because as I said, the box set is speculated to have 7 bonus tracks, whereas the CD will only have 3. And I feel like if they were going to bring out just a deluxe vinyl on its own, it would be like the CD and only have the 3 bonus tracks on. But I am unsure, and I don't want these things to be stated as a fact, because I don't know anything about this deluxe album potentially coming out, what else could be coming out with it, that sort of thing. I'm just going off of things I've seen other people say online and, kind of giving my own opinion on the matter. Which brings me back to my thoughts on a deluxe edition. Do I think it was necessary? Yes. Do I think it will be great? Also yes. I really like Danse Macabre as an album. I know that might be a little bit unpopular, but most of my opinions on Duran Duran are. Like I said before, I do think Danse Macabre is an album people either like or they don't like, and for me, I really like it. I don't really think there's any skips on the album for me, except I sometimes skip Psycho Killer because I kind of listened to it a little bit too much when it first came out, and by the time the album came out, I kind of drained myself of listening to the songs, so sometimes that's a bit of a hit or miss, but other than that, I wouldn't skip a song on the album. I think it is a fantastic album, and if there is going to be a deluxe edition, which it's very likely there will be, I can't wait to see what bonus tracks will be on there. I don't know if anybody's seen any of the recent concert footage of the New Moon on Monday they've been performing recently, but I do feel like that's probably going to be on the deluxe edition of this album. Because that's what they did with Night Boat, I believe, is, you know, they were singing this specific version of Night Boat, and then that version of Night Boat ended up being on Danse Macabre. So I do think that this new version of New Moon on Monday that they've been performing live recently, I do think that will probably end up in the deluxe edition if and when that comes out. Like I said, the dates are uncertain. The vinyl box set is rumoured to be a record store day release, which I think is very likely. As for the CD, I'm not sure. I feel that will probably come out before the vinyl box set, but there's no official confirmations of any of these things. I will be very pleased if there is a deluxe edition of Danse Macabre. I don't know when there may be a pre-order date. I don't know when the vinyl or the CD will come out. I'm not going to speculate and say, oh, they might announce it this week, they might announce it in a month, you know, because I don't want to do that, because they probably have a schedule of, you know, when to announce the release of this album, and then it's kind of been blown away a little bit. I imagine that's quite difficult and quite annoying, and it probably messes things up a little bit. Like I said at the beginning, just take everything with a pinch of salt, you know, don't get excited about a track list that you've seen, don't get excited about a release date, anything like that, because, you know, while it does seem very likely that it is a real thing, because there are pictures of it existing, there's just not really a way to know the track list or the release date or anything like that right now. But I am looking forward to if there is a deluxe edition of Danse Macabre. And now that we are leading up to the autumn season, I feel like it's a great time to start playing this album again. I have played it a few times throughout the year because I do think it is still a year-round album. I might even make this my Christmas album. You never know. I did last year. I wrapped my presents on Christmas Eve to that album. So this is my rocking around the Christmas tree. It's a great album all year round, and I think a deluxe edition of the album will be brill. Can't wait to see if it really is official, because like I said, I'm trying to keep an open mind about it. It probably very likely is, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to take it for certain until the band officially say, you know. But anyway, that's my opinions and thoughts about the rumours of a deluxe edition of the Danse Macabre album. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, bye.